Juan Soto is officially a New York Met. Garrett Crochet gets traded to the Boston Red Sox, plus a super team may be dismantling. And can the Mets take advantage? Next on MetCast. Welcome back to MetCast, friends. As always, I am Ray, and if you like our content, please like and subscribe. Juan Soto is officially a New York Met. We get this article, or post rather, from John Heyman right off the bat. Contract extras of Soto. Some things we might not have known coming off the bat. Here we go. Award bonuses include $500,000 for first MVP, $350,000 for the second MVP, $150K for third or fifth, and $1 million for every subsequent MVP after that. I love this in a contract. It incentivizes a player to not only come to the team, but keep going, try to perform still. Too many players get these big contracts and then they slope, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Plus luxury suite for home games, 4 premium seats at home game security for player and family, home and road, uniform number 22, and the big staggering thing, well, not really big staggering, but he gets the full no trade clause here. Now, as a Met fan, it's something that you kind of expected from there. I'm excited about it. You know, we saw what happened years ago with Carlos Correa, and God forbid something like that happened again. But what's good is good. We also have these quotes. This quote here from the Cohens. This is from Steve and Alex Cohen on signing Juan Soto. This is a seminal moment in franchise history. Juan Soto is a generational talent. He's not only bringing staggering historical statistics with him, but also a championship pedigree. Our amazing fan base is very excited to welcome Juan Soto to the Queens. Congratulations to Juan. How good is it to have these two as the owner of the New York Mets? It doesn't get any better than that. And then we also have another quote here from David Stearns. From David Stearns, today's signing further solidifies our organizational commitment to consistent championship competitiveness. Not only does Juan provide historic levels of on-field production, but his joy, intensity, and passion for the game mirror our budding culture, which obviously it's something that changed last year. If you don't forget, they wanted to change that bad juju around the Mets, and I think this signing absolutely does it. We are thrilled to add him to our team and look forward to watching him his excellence for years to come. Doesn't get any better than this. It's good to see that everybody's on the same page. You know, Juan Soto's a New York Met. It is what it is. Jersey sales are going to go through the roof. I'm sure season tickets are up. We want to fill that stadium. But that's everything for Juan Soto. You have his press conference tomorrow. I'm sure we'll give some quotes. We'll be tweeting things out throughout the game. So if you're not following us, the presser. If you're not following us over on X, give us a shout over on X. Now here we go. The big news of the day. And as we reported yesterday, now it's the Boston Red Sox have acquired Garrett Crochet, a player that I obviously wanted the Mets to target. But when you look at what the Red Sox gave up, it's an absolute haul. They gave up their 4th, 5th, 11th, and 14th ranked prospects per MLB.com. And most likely, let's be honest, Teal, their 4th prospect, would probably be a number 1 prospect in most farm systems around baseball. The Red Sox have one of the best farm systems there are in the game. So there's no surprise there. We knew there was possibility for him for that to come to fruition. Whether or not it does, he's a good player. He's 25 years old. He's going to command a massive haul, and that's not something David Stearns was willing to do. We reported last night on MetCast on X that the New York Mets and the White Sox had discussions about a trade. Things were intensifying, and Anthony DiComo later confirmed today our reporting that the Mets were involved, but the price was just too much for the Mets, which I understand. Maybe they continue to go through free agency. Nick Pivetta is a name that's being thrown around that they were supposedly talking to his agent today. Some people like him, some people don't. Right at 4 ERA, 31 years old, coming away from the Red Sox. Another mid-tier pitcher. So it's fine if you do that, but you better bolster the heck out of that bullpen, and you better put a competitive lineup together. And that's where the next video comes from. Jon Heyman dropped this bomb on us today, and I was a little stunned to hear it, but let's listen in.
Padres news. One thing about the Padres they are listening on some of their big stars. They are listening.
How many people knew that? They're listening on some of their big stars. Are we talking Yu Darvish, Xander Bogaerts, Manny Machado?
Uncease, Arise, Bogaerts. Obviously, that Bogaerts deal looks a little steep right now, but who knows? The contracts are moving up fast. So they are listening. Are they likely to trade any of them? I'm not sure. They say they're not likely, but, there's a lot of stuff going on here.
Just like the White Sox weren't, quote unquote, likely to trade Crochet. Don't forget that.
And the values of these players are going up. I mean, people thought they overpaid for a few of these players. At this point, not so sure that they did. So that's what's going on with the Padres, and they're certainly looking at Sasaki.
So that's what you have from Jon Heyman. I mean, to me, it's clear as day what's going on here. They got overzealous. They gave out monster contracts to Machado, Tatis, Bogart, you name it. They're giving out massive contracts. And usually when that happens, unless they're elite players, it always comes back to roost. And take a look at Xander Bogaerts' numbers this past year. And for a guy making that kind of money with that length of a contract, it's clearly not working out. Perhaps Machado becomes available. That might be a player I'd be willing to move off of Pete for. I want Pete back just like the next person, but Manny Machado's special. And envisioning a lineup where the top four could be Lindor, Soto, Machado, Vientos. My gosh. That's murderer's row right there. Followed by Brandon Nimmo, whose power has been surging 25 home runs a year. That's a crazy 1 through 5. And again, maybe Yu Darvish is available. I guess only time will tell, but where there's smoke, there's fire. That's how it works out in the MLB. That's how it works out in every single sport. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Should the Mets pursue a Manny Machado, a Yu Darvish, perhaps a Xander Bogaerts coming off a down year? What if they pay off a bunch of the contract? Would you be willing to take him, move him to second base? A lot's going to be happening. More trades are going to be happening. The Mets are clearly in the market for a starting pitcher. I wish they would go high. Unfortunately, I don't believe they're going to. It's just a David Stearns thing. Guys who are in their 30s, he doesn't like paying, especially if they're pitchers. Let's just be honest. Pivetta, hopefully Sean Manaea comes back. I will love him back, but I don't know if I could give a player of him who's going to be 33, he is right now, a 4-year contract for $100 million. And let's be honest, that's probably what they're looking at. When a guy like Severino, who it later came out that the A's offered him the same contract before they gave it to Luis Severino, that 3 years, $67 million, and he said no thanks. Are we looking at 4 years, $80 million perhaps? Maybe he takes a little bit lower AAV for that extra year. That's something we need to explore. The Mets need better pitching. I love the pitching lab, but you're 2 for 2 in regard to the pitching lab right now. What are the odds Frankie Montas works out, makes it 3 for 3, or Nick Pivetta to make it 4 for 4, or Peterson doesn't take a step back? Would they bring Jose Quintana back? I would consider bringing him back, giving him a spring training invite. Maybe he'd be a 5th starter. We all know it takes 7 or 8 starters throughout the year to get through a season, but the Mets severely lack that front-end starter, and I know a lot of Met fans. Believe me, I know you guys, and the same with me. We all love Kodai Senga, but are we totally convinced that Kodai Senga is going to be a number 1? Because I'm not. And he missed almost the entire season last year outside of 6 innings? That's concerning. And I find it very hard to believe that they call Juan Soto and say, come be a New York Met. And by the way, we're not going to do anything else. I believe Alonso will be back. Odds of Machado, not happening. But is Tatis available? is Yu Darvish. Yu Darvish changed this entire rotation. Are they going to be in on Sasaki? We know that they're planning on having a meeting with him, but there's probably a 10% chance at most that they land him, considering you have the San Diegos, you have the Dodgers. Supposedly, he admires Yu Darvish. Could you somehow swing a trade for Yu Darvish and then bring him over here with him? That transforms this team for years to come. Again, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I love interacting with you guys. You see, I get back to just about everybody. Use it as a forum. Let me know your opinion, who the Mets should target. Are you okay bringing back Pete number 1? Some people say throw everything at Toronto, try to get Vladdy Guerrero Jr. Is Yu Darvish in your plans? Maybe a Machado at third base and you say goodbye to Pete Alonso. Maybe you throw everything and try to get a Tatis, a Xander Bogaerts. Could he play second base? There's so many options out there. There's still a lot of free agents. Rumor has it the Mets may be in on Walker Buehler on a short-term contract, maybe a 2-year contract. Who knows? But as things trickle in, we'll be sure to bring you guys the news. As always, if you like our channel, please like and subscribe. And until next time, take care.